to you doxing or
So
not
there's one
doxing, and
person
we've seen,
in
for example, the
person
risks
only,
of
right?
transparency with Cypher, right?
Everyone else is in
With the
digital.
project on which he was involved in, and nobody knew what he had done in his past, and now we see the effects that it has on the project. I think it's important that such teams, you already at least know where they come from, because then if people decide still to get involved with it, it is their own responsibility.
Right. And Marco, for you, as you're coming like from the big four, so like from traditional finance and M&A and stuff, like what do you think about this?
As I started, we have to bridge it somehow. We have to connect these things. However, at Streamflow, we build this like great primitive that allows you to schedule payments, talk investing, or perform some recurring payments, as you mentioned, like payroll or pay subscriptions, etc. And to go mainstream with this, we designed it in decentralized and permissionless fashion, so because that's Web3, and we want it to work like that, But however, to go mainstream, for example, for payroll, we have to comply with certain laws, and if you're talking tax withholding, some other stuff, AMLs, kids, etc. So to go mainstream, I personally strongly believe at certain point we'll have to adjust and start incorporating all of this into our business model. However, at this point, we have to make this trade-off between like the fast growth, one end, and another end, like being in compliance with regulators,
Yeah. Great. Like I wanted to ask you about like Web3. Where you think we are now? We are now in 90, 94, 95 when we talk about Web3, Web2, or we passed in the new millennium? Like what you think? Like where are we now? Where are we standing at the moment? Like with
Well, first of all, the time
industry.
doesn't work the same way it worked in 90s, okay?
I strongly believe we're super early,
Who can be?
We're super early, We are 23, 24, now, and 93, 94, now with the Web3.
It's impossible.
The reason
to
for
tell.
this is actually this: we
No
still
way.
didn't connect it to the real life, to the real life case. Currently it's a $1 trillion industry. There are certain cases where our technology is used in traditional industries and by the big corps and consumers. However, we are still building infrastructure, and we are on that level. And this point, strongly believe that we should invest, as you mentioned, into UX, UI. Make it more accessible to the consumer and businesses, and solve each of these everyday problems, And with this and a little regulation, then we can go mainstream, But currently, I strongly believe we are at the beginning,
Vidar, from your perspective.
Yeah, I would say that we are early, but we are not too early, meaning that there is still time to do great things, make a lot of money, and whatever people want to do, solve great causes, right? But I think we would be foolish to not assume that this industry is gonna stay partially the same and then be tremendously regulated. Because we see big banks and we see huge institutions, and the way that they're coming into this, they're definitely hedging their bets. So I guess they have a pretty good track record of knowing what to do. So they're trying to leverage the current position as much as they can, but they are ready for the things that are coming. So we are early, but not too early, because there's been some like big plays happening as well.
Yeah, and Phil, for you?
I think it's going to be, in terms of purely infrastructure, we are still quite early, right? Because there are plenty of things happening every week that show that there are loopholes in what we are doing. I mean, if we look at what's happening in cross-chain A couple of things happening, for example, with wormholes a couple of weeks ago and so on. And I think we are still pretty much in the learning phase, right? And in terms of infrastructure, very few projects really look that much ahead. So I think it's going to be key. And now we are really much at the pivoting phase where projects are actually looking at, okay, this situation right now, is it sustainable forever? Obviously not. But what are we going to be doing so that it actually becomes sustainable in such a way that we can keep on expanding the technology, pushing it forward? And I think right now we are at the thinking and a turning point where there will be more and more infrastructure being developed. And then we see it with more and more projects actually targeting that, making sure that the infrastructure is solid, that structurally speaking, we can onboard that many people. Because otherwise, right, if we have such a project but it's impossible and incapable of onboarding that many people, there's going to be a difficult process for the next few years.
And now, like what you think about like Barry now in virtual reality? Like what you think about like what is going to happen in next 5 to 10
We're
years?
gonna get
like,
out
with,
of the virtual reality and get in
metaverse
person.
economies and before that, like I want to hear like what you think about like these new models of play to earn, walk to earn, stake to earn, like these new models that are pumping up every day, like last couple of months. Who will go first? Like, who wants to
Actually, in
go
the
first?
elevator, I was talking to Vito, and a couple of years ago, doing intersection here in Serbia, Epic Games, to a big intersection, and then it was my first time that I really saw what's happening in the world of virtual reality, digital humans, metaverse, and I was really scared and impressed at that point in time, And then, like a lot of money, like poured in, like the past couple of years, especially in 2021, in all these gaming, NFT, Meta, as you all know, you're part of the problem or part of the solution, and these things are happening, So these things are happening. We're super early, but you're in Dubai, Vidar is in Novi Sad, I'm in Belgrade. I know where Phil is based, and now we're talking. We can see each other, we can see movements, etc. For the average kid or teenager playing games, having skin or having something in the game, and actually we can stream all this stuff in the game, and is more important than having a real jacket or something, and it is really happening. So I know if I answer your question, or spark your mind for the others.
Yeah, thank you.
In terms of VR, I must say this is maybe my third time using it, despite me having a headset for over a year, which I think means that we just need to expand on the hardware itself, how it behaves, how it's used. And I think trying to pull a parallel between direct Web3, which sort of means DeFi right now, which is more of direct finance versus a VR and something that's leaning towards gaming, which is very hard to shape in the form of direct finance. It's more indirect finance. So you need to basically enjoy, fulfill some of your other needs, personal needs, enjoy, play games, and then see if there's like a proper way to monetize it. So I always feel that loans should be sold directly versus indirectly. So I definitely see a future of DeFi, Web3, and AR happening together. But I think, and I'm not being pessimistic here, it's advertised to be much better than it will be in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I agree. I also agree. I think it's indeed there are going to be a lot of things that will be done better, and right now I think it's a lot of fun to participate in this because it enables and I think it makes a case for further use cases, right? It just lays out a foundation. Okay, now this is possible. It needs improving. What's ahead is actually going to be very interesting, and I'm very curious and excited to see what's ahead in 3 years, in 5 years, because when we see how fast everything has evolved in the last year or two, it's going to be, if it keeps the exponential rate, it's going to be amazing.
The fact that he's
Okay,
floating.
and I want like for the end of this panel to ask like Streamflow, Solrise and Solflare and Fract, like what we can expect this year, like what exclusively you can share with us that will be on your roadmap
This
this
just
year.
doesn't seem comfortable. Just so you
Should I
know.
start again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
go ahead.
Yeah.
I know. So I'll go to market. Yeah, as you know, is scheduled payments. You know, and we're doing it. We have like a large number of clients already lined up. Yeah, using our app, token vesting. However, we have this big picture. So we want to make. We already build this protocol, but we're building all this app on top of it and have a big picture to make one-stop shop from I don't know token creation. Token minting,
camera.
scheduling
you,
payments,
camera.
token vesting, back distribution, airdrops, multi-sig, and all of this is already
Where's
built.
camera?
However, that's one part of the roadmap, you know. But the other part of the roadmap, we want to, you know, what's the big problem with the businesses?
With the
you know,
clothing
capital
rendering,
efficiency.
huh?
So we want to build
It's the worst.
protocols and apps that will allow users
Worse than the
to
face.
increase liquidity and to achieve extreme levels of capital efficiency.
But the fact
allowing
that he's
users
fatter
while
in real life
streaming,
is
I don't
also
know,
interesting.
payroll
Deceiving.
or any other value to earn yield, as Phil mentioned, to stake
Let's
vesting
be
contracts,
honest.
to trade vesting contracts, use vesting contracts as a collateral to lend. All of this stuff, or I don't know, make synthetics
People
out
wearing
of
masks.
different
Surreal.
different
What the
contracts,
fuck?
and already,
Surreal.
you know, you can already try our app, you know, and start using it as transfer stream, cellular stream, you know, so that's where we see a future if you're talking about value distribution. However, as we discussed earlier, you know, it's not just a value distribution; it's a token distribution. If you define token as like a
Look, 2.5 people in the audience.
information, you know, so it's like the distribution of any information, including
I'm
information.
so
in
glad that I
game,
didn't take that flight
NFTs, virtual
yesterday.
reality,
Ay,
metaverse.
ay,
So
ay.
basically, that's where
That
we're going
was
this year.
terrible.
Thank you, Marco, and for Van tokens, sir.
Okay, we already performed TG, is live and secured. Not moving, however, waiting for the best moment for the market to settle, and then we'll perform IDO and go live. You'll be informed. Yeah.
Thank you, Marco. And Vidor, you're recruiting something secretly, and then like boom, big stuff.
Yes. We're doing a lot of things under the radar, and it's hard to name one big thing that's going to change, but because we have like 3 different products. I'm just going to say that for Solrise, we're expecting a huge inflow of institutions because we are finally having some enabling technologies that are going to bring in institutions and let them use DeFi at scale, which is very important.
Scale.
In terms of Solrise Finance, we want to massively optimize the investment process. So you'd be able to access investment opportunities from a wide variety of different places with the click of a button, not needing to evaluate performance, PNL, Sharpe ratio, Sortino ratio. Without needing to know anything, you should be able to efficiently deploy your capital, either being $5 or $5 billion. In terms of Solflare, which is right now the most exciting because it's gaining a lot of users. We are planning to realign the whole incentive mechanism for dApps, users, and wallets. We believe that wallets should cater to much wider audiences, be much easier to onboard, and provide the tools for their consumers. And their consumers are not only end users, but also dApps,
Users,
which are the
consumers,
final
remove
enablers
those words,
for
my
their
lovely
dApps
loves.
to be used. So we're cooking up something right there, and it's all gonna start with a fresh new look.
Amazing. Thank you, Vidor. It's always like pleasure to have some good news from you. And
Thank you.
feel like you are you have the product on live working, but like I think like something it's just coming that will change your way how people see the Fract. So what you can tell us, like what we can expect this year.
Basically, this
Oh,
year, already
no.
next week, so we are going to Moscow at the Solana Hacker Houses, and we'll be doing an announcement over there regarding one of the platforms that will be going live, and that will be the basically that will be the start of rolling out the roadmap that we have for the next 4 months. And yeah, by the end of this year, we have the ambition to really be the #1 NFT DeFi protocol in terms of interactions when you want to make your NFTs as liquid as possible. So can't say much more right now, but the next 4 weeks are going to be extremely interesting in terms of tooling.
Cool. So guys, I think like for the VR, for the first live and virtual panel ever, I think we did a good job. I think people that are looking us at Twitch and YouTube and here live on Dubai Expo, I will say hi. I don't see them, but people see me here. I'm on the stage. So
This is also
thank you
really,
guys.
really
We
good.
become like the part
you.
of some small history, and I hope I will host you in some future events that we will be organizing like this, and have a nice day, evening, morning. You know, I don't know who is where on this conference.
Well, the fact
Yeah.
that he's much thinner and much more attractive
Alright, thank
in
you for having
digital
us.
is cute.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was my pleasure.
It's cute.
I don't know, like this is like all for us, like for the people who are watching us on the stream. We will get back like with another panel. So after this, we have do another panels, and like after this, we will open exhibitions, VR exhibitions live that you can buy curated art via SoulSea and see virtual exhibition on Viral Art. Thank you all, and
He's
it
only
was, like,
one
really
hand
pleasure
distracted,
having you
right?
here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
This
you,
was
Ivan.
an awesome
Thank you,
experience.
Ivan, always.
Yeah, that was nice. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.